Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Imperial Holonet. I'm JID123.
And I'm Ridley Durantilles.
It's your turn, Cole.
I said I'm Miracle.
Oh, sorry, we didn't hear you. This is getting to a great start. And today, we are going to talk about how we, as Star Wars fans, would create our very own Star Wars universe. What will be canon? What will be legends? What will be films? What will be not films? We don't know.
And how would we change characterizations at certain points?
Yes.
And that too. So, let's begin. The one rule is that all the original 6 films are in canon, and we cannot do anything about it. Just like Disney.
Even if you want to change stuff really bad.
Like the prequels, but
Or Jar
I'm
Jar.
looking at you, Jar Jar.
Yeah, we're looking at you.
And the Ewoks. You have to keep the Ewoks destroying the Empire.
Yub yub chicka wub wub. Dun dun dun. Oh wait, that's not the
the
slot.
Ewoks saved the
But you can change like
universe.
the characterization within those movies, just the plots themselves.
No, I think you have to keep everything. No, let's keep everything in the movies.
Yeah, let's keep everything in just for a more of a challenge, like JID said.
Yeah.
Okay, so my idea for Leia still technically counts.
Yeah. Okay. Oh boy.
She's still a species. She hates Wookiees, but I'm gonna write in why.
Okay. Okay.
You're gonna
So let's start. I'm gonna do mine a little bit from. I'm gonna start at the beginning. Old Republic. First, I'm gonna keep the Old Republic game in. First one and second one stay in.
What about the stuff beforehand?
yeah.
Like Exar Kun's Rebellion or like Exar Kun's New Jedi Order thing,
Yeah,
you
I'm
know,
gonna keep that.
Ludo Crash, all that stuff.
Is Nagasado before the Old Republic games came out?
Yeah.
What?
Marga Ragnos.
Yeah,
Nagasado.
Exar Kun stuff took place 11 years prior,
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, we keep.
which I always get confused on because the Republic and like their tech and everything look really old in contrast to KOTOR.
That's true.
Like in KOTOR, it's pretty much just the same universe as the prequels, with slightly less good tech, and then like 11 years prior, they're like the soldiers are using swords and like their guns may have lasers, but like they barely do anything, stuff like that.
Okay,
It's kinda
I'm
funny.
gonna get some hate for this, but I think what I would do is I would either take out or heavily modify the Old Republic MMORPG game, because the way that game's going right now, it's getting kind of crazy and convoluted for its own good. Like
I can kind of agree.
Especially with Revan.
yeah, with Revan especially. Like the idea of the Sith Empire coming back is a good one. I think. I mean, sort of like the Yuzan Vong, but a little more interesting, maybe.
But we knew they would come back, so
Yeah.
might as well.
Yeah. I mean, if we keep Old
Because they
Republic,
come back for the Stark Hyperspace War, and they were around by that point still.
Red, I have to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Would you change Malgus in any way, shape, or form?
No, because I really like Malgus, and I think there's nothing really to change about that character.
Okay.
So what I would do is like,
I might change Revan though.
or maybe you just stop the game when the Emperor gets defeated. Like I don't know, like I feel like that game needs a definitive ending because that war is going on for a little too long, and you still need to get to a prequel universe where the Jedi.
Well,
where
the thing with that is the war begins with the end of that game, or with the end of the main story. Once you get to the end of part 3 of your character's story, the war begins.
So you need another game then that tells the story of that war and how that war ends, and that leads into whatever comes after the Sith Empire, the true Sith Empire, because there's a few Sith Empires after that.
So Disney, you basically need to hop on the bandwagon and do Old Republic 2. We're looking at you, so
or
start
Old Republic
making it.
Turn to be Old Republic 3.
No, Old Republic 2.
Old Republic 2 because
Old
well,
Republic,
if you
not,
did
not
KOTOR,
Knights Up, but
Oh,
Old
right,
Republic.
right.
yeah,
Like
Knights Up,
before.
but yeah, Old Republic 2.
Old Republic 2, yeah, it needs to lead into, and I'm going to go to my Wikipedia page because I actually have. There's a list of all the Sith empires of the old stuff. Hang on, folks. Like,
I don't think of those as different empires. I think of them more as different eras to the same empire.
Yeah.
Kind of like how the Republic lost Coruscant several times.
well,
Like
okay,
I think of the New Republic as the same organization as the Republic of old, just
But-
with a new
yeah.
start.
no,
Kind of like a
but after, like, okay, here's a question. Does the fact that Revan and Malik got seduced by the Emperor, the Sith Emperor, cheapen them in any way?
No, I don't think so.
There you go. There needs to be a way to connect to this thing called the New Sith. and at least in old Legends continuity, that came after the true Sith Empire that was in charge by Darth Ruin.
And when did they take? Were they the ones involved in the Stark Hyperspace or the Great Hyperspace War?
No, they came before the
No,
Brotherhood
they
of Darkness.
came after that, I think.
No, they came after.
Oh, but wasn't that the end of the Sith? Wasn't that when the Thought Bomb went off?
The Stark Hyperspace War that took place.
Not Stark, the Great Hyperspace War.
That was Naga Sadow then.
No. Well, wait. Yeah, you're right. I'm an idiot.
I know more about my Sith than you do, my friend. And you call yourself.
Well, no, it's because as a kid, they did the book that I always talk about that I read from. In fact, I have it right next to me. I could probably grab it because with my new desk, I'm right next to the bookshelf. Here it is, the Star Wars Ultimate Visual Guide. The way they did it was they summed up the entire Old Republic in like the great look, I'm looking at the page for the Great Sith War, and they have Ula Quildroma and Nami Sunrider on the same, those characters on the same page as Darth Bane.
Huh. Okay.
There's a long time between those two. The beginning of the Sith, pretty much, the beginning of the Great Sith War,
right,
is on the same page as the end of the Sith and the Thought Bomb going off. And Exar Kun is shown after that, and then what's weird is the next page is one with all the ancient Sith nihilists. So,
oh, okay.
It immediately starts doing afterwards. It does KOTOR. In fact, you don't actually end up seeing Revan in this entire thing. They don't talk about Revan at all.
That's strange.
Maybe
they talk about nihilists. They don't talk about Revan.
Maybe what I would do is
really
I need to streamline these empires because there's so many of them. Maybe just stick.
Well, just make them one empire and just
make them one empire. Just make them and make others offshoots of the same empire,
or just have different leaders and some of them weren't pure. Do a Rome thing. Not all the Roman emperors were Italian. Kind not all the Roman Sith emperors were purebloods. Get a Twi'lek emperor for all I know, and then eventually.
No, they kind of have to be. They kind of have to be purebloods, except for Vitiate. And hold on, what species? Vitiate is a human, right?
I think he's half.
Well, wait. Ajota Paul
right.
was the first Dark Lord of the Sith, and he was, as far as I'm correct, wasn't he human?
Yes, but that's because that was before they enslaved the Sith. Or that was because he was the one who enslaved the Sith in the first place.
Okay.
Because he was the one in charge of that.
So,
by the way, we were talking about. I don't remember a while back. We were talking about how I didn't know who Marka Ragnos is.
Yeah.
Yes.
That night, I played KOTOR, and you have to go. The first thing you do is you go to Ajunta Paul's temple in the Inquisitor story. Then the second place you have to go is Ragnos's grave.
See, I told you.
So I spent 2 hours in Marka Ragnos's thing.
I would make Ragnos.
And then I got to go to the grave site for Naga Sadow, which was awesome.
I would actually, something I would do is, something I kind of want to do in some of my writings is make Marka Ragnos a much bigger deal. I feel like that's a character who needs to either be more fleshed out or just need to be a bigger presence in the Star Wars universe. Because just the look of him and the way they talk about him, he should be the big bad guy of the Star Wars galaxy for all I know. I mean, not the big bad guy. But his presence needs to
a
be
strong
there.
enemy is what you're getting at.
Both a strong enemy, but also just a legacy character in that his presence. He's like Darth Bane almost before Darth Bane. His presence just lives on always. Maybe not.
I think they.
Sort of like what they did in Old Republic. No, not Old Republic. Jedi Outnights, Jedi Academy.
Yes.
But
yeah, they tried doing that, but that I don't know.
Well, they did it. That game did the same thing more so with Bane, actually. Or I'm sorry. With Bane and with Exar Kun.
Yeah, I feel like Ragnos needs to get to be a bigger deal.
I think it's because Ragnos was the first. He wasn't as important as Naga Sadow.
Yeah,
because Naga Sadow absorbed a freaking star into himself.
But look at this guy. He looks amazing, and he ruled during the Golden Age.
A freaking star into his existence.
Maybe
and his meditation thing is so cool.
Yeah,
Which actually, that's something I want to see. Side note, I want to see Naga Sadow's Gray. Like, I want the only way for them to be able to defeat Snoke, for it to be that like Rey has to like use some like Sith stuff. I think it'd be really interesting if like she has to like meditate in Naga Sadow's thing. Like
Well,
that's the only way to
there's
defeat.
something I would actually find a way to get.
And, like I have an idea of like she uses the thought bomb on Snoke.
I
And like how like they have to use the Sith, so it has to be like the merging of the Jedi and the Sith, because like have it be that
the
Snoke's the
GIF.
dark side,
It's the GIF.
but there's more to the light and the dark. There's more than the light and dark than just purely the light and dark. Like, the Jedi and Sith have transcended that.
It's the GIF or the Sistai.
Did I?
Sistai.
For me, I would keep the 100-Year Darkness pretty much the same. Maybe edit parts of it, but I think for the most part, the ideas of that work pretty well.
Yeah.
What was 100 Years of Darkness again?
No, well, the new canon does have the 100 Years of Darkness in there.
Does it?
Yeah.
Where did it take place? I'm forgetting.
Yeah, like it after the Sith were formed. Oh,
It's is that when they is that when the Dark Jedi like disappeared and then came back and we got introduced to Sith purebloods in the galaxy for the first time?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that was.
Okay, yeah,
That was the Jonta Paul. Jonta Paul and his team.
Oh,
yeah, okay,
something I also would do is
I keep forgetting the names of these things because I haven't gotten that far in Essential Guide to Warfare.
something I also
They just got sent to Korriban.
Ah.
That was a good mission. Something I would do also is add Snoke, like make Snoke part of the Old Republic. I think he's like thousands of years old anyway.
Well, he could be Plagueis, you know.
Well, Plagueis isn't that old. I think it'd be interesting if he's Ludo Kresh and he wants his revenge because Ludo Kresh got killed by Sadow. Ooh, that would make a whole new meaning of her having to use the temple, the meditation chamber.
I think
like he's just like she could defeat him with a lightsaber, but she does it that way just so it's more ironic, just to piss him off.
I think he's Plagueis, but a Plagueis that's thousands of years old. That's my theory.
That'd be interesting.
That would be interesting.
But we know that Plagueis was Higo Damask, and like he seems to have been a like I don't know, everything with Damask Holdings I think is still canon. Though he could have just been ancient. That's true. Damask was just the latest identity he used.
I mean, you can do that. So
I want to acknowledge Higo Damask as like that name.
Don't they?
I don't know why. I just love that. Higo Damask, like he goes and wears a mask. Like it's very on the nose.
You go wear a mask. So yeah, I would find a way.
He's masking himself. It's the most on the. It's even more on the nose than the Sith names themselves.
Sidious. Maul.
Like he's masked. He has a mask. I'm shocked Palpatine wasn't backstabbing jerk.
Who was the first?
Or like scrotum face.
Who was the first Sith Lord to use the title Darth?
Oh.
Nice.
Damn, I'm forgetting that.
Because I saw something on Wikipedia a while back that said that, but then that article just somewhat up and vanished, and I don't know what the heck happened to it. I don't know. It might have been just a bunch of baloney, but
I feel like we're already off track already because we're just talking about Old Republic stuff.
Yeah, but this is important though because we're going through the history.
That's true. We're going through the different eras and changing stuff, I guess. Or
I want to talk a bit about.
Some historians suggest that Darth is actually a corruption of the Rataka word Daritha, meaning emperor. Others note, others note another Ratakan connection. The words triumph or the words for triumph and conquest in Rataka is dar, and the word for death is ta. Leading to the theory that Darth is derived from Darta, therefore means triumph over death or immortal. Given the Sith's obsession with discovering the means to achieve immortality, this idea is not entirely without merit, at least on the surface. But others point out that the meaning of Darta is conquest through death, meaning the conquest of one's enemies. The ultimate flaw in such theories in Rataka origin is that even if they are accurate, they cannot spring specifically from Revan or Malak's rediscovery of the Rataka and Starforge 5 years prior to the emergence of the Sith Lords, 3964 BBY. The title of Darth was already well known by the Jedi in connection to the Sith, which is why Padawan Zane Carrick could be called Gerald Darth Sunshine?
Darth Sunshine. It sounds like
amazing.
It sounds like a My Little Pony name. That's somebody a fan fiction writer would give us My Little Pony Sith.
In addition,
which there are.
Hazen. Oh, but we say
I was saying.
Hazen claimed. Oh yeah, your final point thing. Claimed that if he were to have taken any of the Sith of old, he would be Darth Hazy. All but asserting that the title Darth would have been around prior to Revan and Malik's discovery. There's a possibility that one of the Rattakan theories could be correct, since the ancient Sith homeworld of Korriban had been once occupied by the Rattaka circa 28,000 BBY, which is one way either Daritha or Dartar could have come from that. Though, yeah, so barely. Frida Nad. I'm trying to find who was the first. The term Darth clearly existed prior to that. The earliest use of the title can be pinned down to the specific year. Was by Naga Sadow, or last of the original Dark Lords of the Sith, that ruled over the old Emperor. The Explorer had renewed usage of the title in his reformed empire. So essentially, Darth was a thing. Is that who it is? Darth?
I think so. They say.
And Enkidu?
Enkidu. He looks like a mummy.
It seems, yeah, because it seems like Naga Sadow. Oh yeah, so he was, yeah, it says right here, he was the first, and then Naga Sadow brought it back, and then the person who brought it back again was Vitiate, when he named Revan Darth. So they were called the Dark Lords, and then Vitiate gave Revan the name Darth, and that's why they're called Darths again. Okay, so we probably keep all of that canonical still.
Yes.
Probably. Or
speaking
of... you go,
Cole. Speaking of Revan, I want to talk a little bit about Revan.
Okay.
The thing that I think works for Revan is the light side ending of KOTOR 1, and I think some of the elements in the Old Republic work fine. I think some of it could be refined a tad.
What would you change? Any specifics? I don't know that game enough.
I like the fact that he's kind of in between. He's sort of not. He's neither a Jedi nor a Sith. He's kind of in the middle, and that's what I like.
He's a great Jedi.
Yes. What I am kind of iffy on is his tactics, especially when he used that thing to make droids to hurt people, to I think destroy a part of the Sith Empire.
It was the discrimination droids, which were designed to scam Sith citizens, and any of them with even a 1% of Sith pureblood ancestry would be gunned down. This includes, then I have a HK47. It's like this includes 99.9% of the Sith population.
Yikes, that's genocidal.
And a lot of people got freaky with the Sith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was. And
that's too far. I really don't like that.
I don't either.
Which is why I would write out Shadow of Revan.
Yes, I would too.
Because I've been playing through the Revanite mission in SWTOR, and it's really good, and it has a nice respect for that character. Like the scene where you touch his mask, and like that's really cool.
Is that the one where Revan goes crazy again and tries to resurrect the Sith Emperor?
Shadow of Revan is that? No,
okay.
Shadow of Revan he's trying to kill Vitiate or something.
No, he brings him back, then tries to kill him, and then that game just got so whacked.
Oh no! You killed Vitiate, and I think what he's doing is he's trying to. He's not bringing him back. Vitiate's around. He's trying to stick him into one form, kind of like what they did with Palpatine.
Oh yeah.
Where they needed him in one body so they could kill said body, and then they could cut it off.
Right.
He tries to go into Anakin Solo, and then he gets cut away from that. That's I think what he was trying to do, where he wanted him to have one of those bodies left because he had a bunch of like children that he had like in some hole where he would like.
Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know about.
And so like what he did was I think he was trying to get him stuck in one body so then he could cut his head off or whatever.
I actually watched a video today saying they didn't like Darth Bane's rule of 2 for some reason. I don't know why.
Who?
Wait, who said that?
Somebody I was watching. It's not important. It's not important. They don't know what they're talking about. No, they do.
Okay, so then we would have
Darth Bane, obviously.
So all that stuff with Revan. Then we would have the 300 years between KOTOR 2 and. Oh, would you guys change KOTOR 2? Like, would you have it definitively be that he dies with this at the end of that?
No, what I would do is, for KOTOR 2, all I would do is refine it a lot more and push out the product that was supposed to be, but got rushed out as early as it did.
But is that more of a story element or a gameplay element?
Both.
Well, what about story elements? Can you be a little more specific? apart from genocidal
for,
elements.
for specifics.
Well, that was Sator.
Oh,
In KOTOR, he dies or whatever at the end.
okay.
In KOTOR 2, what I would do is refine some of the aspects that are in the extra content and just expand on those more, like Atton Rand being on the dark side and almost dying at the end, or the parts where Atton and the Disciple fight, or when what was her name, Visas and the Handmaiden fight, Brianna.
Right.
I would refine those much more.
Would
I don't know those characters very well because I know nothing about KOTOR 2.
me
But
either.
yeah, probably I'll just keep that stuff.
And
like what you said.
one of the big things, of course, is we gotta find a way to end SWTOR, because that game needs to. First of all, I think I would probably keep
But the
everything.
game doesn't need to end. It's that the war needs to keep going, and we just need to assume that like maybe continue it as like novels.
It needs to find a way to match up with
Like
everything.
combat instead of big epic showdowns. Because the problem with like everything like Rise of the Hard Cartel is it's like these big epic missions rather than actually focusing just on the war. Like it's not like with the Clone. It's kind of like if everything in the Clone Wars was the Mandalorian arc, where it's not really about the Seppies versus the Republic.
Right. That's definitely something you gotta do.
Like you need to focus on that.
Then
Speak-
I probably would obviously I keep Darth Bane in. That's
Mhm.
important. Just to
Mhm.
get the rule of two. I probably keep it the same. I haven't read those books, so I can't really judge. But yeah, probably just keep everything the same there. Oh, sorry, Cole. Did you want to add something?
Speaking of the Mandalorians, what would y'all do with them? Speaking of the Mandalorians from the original EU, would you keep their arcs the same, or would you change
The
them
Clone
up in
Wars?
any sort of way?
Well, would you go Clone Wars or the other one? I would probably have it be the Clone Wars thing,
Probably, but
but I would have it be that there were actual Mandalorian warriors roaming around, like other than the Death Watch.
I'd probably do that too.
Yeah.
So okay.
But I like the idea of, because SFW made a great point about this, where with your warrior races, there's probably gonna be people who actually don't like that,
Right.
and so it's interesting to have a warrior race where the government doesn't like that, but then the people do.
It's like Klingons. Anyway.
Well, Klingons aren't like that though.
Yeah,
typically.
that's true. No, it'd be like if the Klingons went that way, but I'm getting sidetracked.
Exactly.
Now. So let's now get into prequel era, I guess. Which is
Okay.
which
Or
is
like,
which
well,
is before episode 1
Thought
as well.
Bomb onwards, or Rule of Two onwards.
Yeah, pretty much. Which I consider prequel
Full
era
Age of the Republic.
for most part. I keep most of Darth Plagueis' book, but I would probably like. But if Snoke is Plagueis, I'd probably like hint that Plagueis is older than he appears, maybe, or something. But I would keep most of it. I mean, Tarkin definitely keep most of it anyway. So that
Would
book,
you change his interactions with Palpatine?
Nah, I think they're fine. I'm reading most of that book anyways. I do though have one problem though, and it's always bugged me that Palpatine Plagueis was around during episode 1. Like I feel like by episode 1, Palpatine should be doing this on his own. Like that's just always been my pet peeve. That's how I would do it. I know some people would keep it the way it is, but that's always been my pet peeve.
I would keep it the way it is, just because I love the idea that this other ancient Sith was just sitting around during episode 1. Like that, like as Higo Damask, this Dark Lord of the Sith is just in the other room. Like Anakin might have walked by this the being that kind of is responsible for creating him by accident.
His accidental daddy.
Yeah.
I mean, that definitely would help if Snoke's Plagueis. There's always been another watching, but yeah, keep that. Keep most of. I mean, obviously, you can't change episode 1.
Also, it would bring a whole new meaning, kind of to which one did we kill, the Master or the Apprentice? Because that would be that would be very interesting because he just became the Master.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he, just like an hour before.
Yeah, that is true. Let's see. I can't really think
At
of
least
it.
it has to be an hour because Qui-Gon's body hasn't started to deteriorate yet.
Oh yeah. So, episode 1 you gotta keep.
Yeah.
Can't really think of
Those
anything.
10 years.
Yeah, 10 years. Keep the Obi-Wan Anakin comic book. That was good.
And the Jedi Quest books.
I guess I never read those. That
They're
entire
pretty good.
that entire period never interested me. It's one of those things.
Yeah, but First Orlin is that. How can you not love First Orlin?
I've always been more of a Clone Wars person. So go to Attack
But
of
yes.
the Clones. Anything else?
Well, before that, what would you, what would Cole and I do with that? Then,
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm
well, for us, what would you do with the Rule of Two stuff
I
oh,
would keep it
prior
pretty
to F1?
I would keep it pretty much the same.
I can't think of it.
Would you add anything in?
I
I can't think of
I'm
anything.
not sure. I'm not sure, truth be told.
I can't really think of anything.
Neither can I. I'm not really the rule of two stuff. I'm really not as knowledgeable about.
Anything
all
that was
my
very
knowledge-
convoluted during that era that you'd get rid of, streamline, makes a little more sense.
That era doesn't have anything to be convoluted. It's so untapped.
Okay.
If anything, I would add more conflicts. I would add, like, the Star Hyperspace War is barely a war.
Oh, you mean
It doesn't go. What?
You mean that one with Tarkin's grand ancestor or something?
Tarkin's great uncle.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, or actually, I think it might just be straight up his uncle. One of them.
A Tarkin.
And yeah, I would keep that. I wouldn't have killed off the Wookiee council member. I wouldn't have done that. I would have kept him around.
Oh, I
and
just remembered
I would
something.
have made that war longer. Like, I wouldn't have had it just been a conflict that happened to stretch pretty far.
Mhm.
I would have had it straight up be like a war that goes on for like a year or two. I would have had like not anything as not galactic scale wars, but just a little bit more of showing why the Jedi were falling apart.
Civil wars, regional wars. So like,
Just like major conflicts, or not major conflicts, but like just like wars between like two neighboring planets and those sort of things, and show the Jedi kind of failing a little bit more, and show them not being able to keep up with the stuff that's going on in the galaxy.
yeah, I could definitely see.
Give more of an explanation as
Okay.
to why you hated the Republic.
That makes sense. I just thought of actually something from in between episode 1 and 2. Does anybody remember the Outbound flight?
The what?
What?
The Outbound flight.
No. What are you talking about?
What is that?
It involved Thrawn. Funny enough, the Outbound flight. I'll find it on my Wikipedia.
I'm looking it up.
The Outbound flight involved
Keep talking.
George Sabios, and it was one of the first big missions to colonize the unknown regions, like go beyond the galaxy. Anakin was a part of it. It's actually a novel, funny enough, too. Involves Thrawn. Like, that's just back when he was he was working for the Emperor as Sidious, and these are just more like little projects the Emperor was doing to, like, get ready for the war. Oh, and probably do a Dooku novel too while I'm at it. And it involves, like, I don't know much, but I remember, like, Anakin was going to be part of it, and then, like, the Emperor had to stop him because, like, Palpatine was going to destroy the ship, but he didn't want to kill Anakin at that time. And it's not something I remember much, but it has Thrawn in it, so probably somewhat good, because Thrawn's awesome.
Speaking of episode 2, there's something pre-episode 2 that I would totally bring back in, and that is Star Wars Bounty Hunter.
Oh, yes, I forgot about Star Wars.
I've been playing through that game. Actually, I was playing it 2 days ago. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah, I
Yes,
would do
that-
that.
Has problems with the camera angle, but
Have
have you been playing that on the PS4?
I played on GameCube.
Well, do you have a PS4?
No, I don't have any game consoles
It just
anymore.
got put up on the PSN.
Cool.
Did it?
Yep, that's how I play it.
Oh wow, I
Did
need
you
to
get the
get
link?
that.
It's only like $5. Like, pick it up like tonight. It's awesome.
Did you
Yeah,
get the
that-
link, by the way, I sent you about the Outbound flight?
Yep, I was on the thing.
Okay.
Did you get it, Cole?
Yes, I got it. I'm not going to
Okay.
look it up because I don't want to
Well-
start playing music from the ads.
Yeah, I was accidentally playing the Daredevil trailer.
But yeah,
And it goes on the most hilarious point. But like I would probably change some stuff around in terms of have Anakin and Padme have actually interacted since episode 1, so it's not as creepy
Yeah,
weird.
yeah.
I agree.
So it's not like, oh, he had a crush on her when he was 10 and then now they're into each other. Like, I would actually
Yeah,
be they've known each other.
Oh yeah. So
Definitely.
It's almost like him dating his babysitter sort of thing. It's just creepy.
Oh Lord,
It's kind of like that. Think about it.
that's creepy. I didn't want to think of that.
Great. There goes that image. There's that image in my head. Thank you so much. So, anything else, or should we go to Clone Wars era now?
It's like Leia dating it's like Luke dating Ahsoka. It's just creepy.
Oh.
And I think
Speaking of what,
well, actually, that would work more because they're at least by episode 4. No, wait, Ahsoka's older. Never mind. That doesn't
how
work.
would that work?
Like Ahsoka's
Lord,
Oh,
how
yikes.
would that work?
Well, by episode
Yikes.
4, she could get like 35.
I'm sorry. I was time
She'd
traveling
be
again.
36. She's 36 years old.
Unless time
Oh.
travel
It
was
would-
involved.
Actually, that would be too off. But still,
Clone Wars era now,
Just-
or oh, I wait. I would add some more stuff like some evil scheme Sidious was plotting before the Clone Wars.
that's what I'm saying. Like how Sidious actually start more conflicts.
They
Yeah.
do some.
He did some. I mean, that's one thing that the Republic comic did really well prior to episode 1 and after it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I just find that.
Speaking
that
of Clone Wars era stuff,
Wait.
would y'all change anything about the origins of General Grievous?
No.
I would probably give a little bit more focus on the Kalish stuff. I go to maybe have the Huck and the Kalish wars stretch a little bit far. I mean, the Republic gets involved, but that's only like right before episode 2, like right before he gets converted. So I think it'd be interesting if maybe they get involved a little bit sooner and there's a little bit more of a conflict there.
Oh, I know something.
Is-
Show Sifo
Go
Dyas.
ahead.
Do something with Sifo Dyas.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
Sifo Dyas.
Like
That's-
actually, like I would actually show the mission,
That too. Yeah.
but that has separate stuff we really know.
Wasn't Dooku friends with Sifo-Dyas?
Yes.
I would show more of their
Yeah.
interaction. I would be
And
very
Qui-Gon.
interested to see them do stuff with that. Yeah, and Qui-Gon too.
Yeah, show the mission on Felucia when they got him killed.
I would actually have Dooku and Obi-Wan meet before he became evil, just to like console Obi-Wan about the death of Qui-Gon or something.
Well, what
That
do you
would
mean?
be-
No, before he turned evil.
They did.
When?
They knew each other.
Yeah, but
Did
I
they?
mean, have them interact with one another
They did interact with each other.
before Geonosis.
Yeah, I mean, Dooku wasn't created beforehand, is the thing.
I know that, but I mean, in a
Like,
book.
there's stories that we've. The problem is we just haven't retroactively told many stories in that period. We've had Obi-Wan in stories that were written afterwards talk about knowing Dooku.
Oh, okay.
We've had him like talk about like conversations he's had with him and how he was a friend of his and how he like remembering Dooku when he was his friend.
Okay. So
They knew each other. He was kind of like a grandfatherly figure to him, I think.
It's Christopher Lee.
Kind of like how Plo Koon and Adi Gallia were like surrogate parents to Obi-Wan.
I always liked the. Well, we'll get to that when we get to Clone Wars. Speaking. So, are we good with this little section? Are we ready to go to Clone Wars?
Well, I would have Anakin have closer friends because in Jedi Quest we give Anakin some friends,
Mm-hmm.
and then Ferris is his rival. Ferris leaves the Jedi Order, because Anakin and another Padawan accidentally get one Padawan and two Padawans and one Master killed.
Ooh.
And yeah, Anakin's responsible for a bunch of his friends dying, and like it's like a few masters killed. So like, cause there's like 5, I think, Padawans, and then like each of them, have a master, and like
Mhm.
most of them die by the end. The only people who survive is Ferris, who leaves the order, and I think Anakin and Obi-Wan and Siritashi, and that's it. I think one master survives and is like wounded and has like lost an arm or something. Like everyone gets effed up because Anakin, I forget what happens, but he like steals a lightsaber or something. I don't know.
Right.
He steals a Sith artifact, I think.
I got another question. Would you have Anakin train under any other Jedi Masters?
Yes, I would have him be very close with Ayla Secura,
Okay.
which would explain why he's a lot more down to earth and why he doesn't get as much why the Jedi are against his relationship with Padme.
Okay.
And I would have him be again, like I would set up some of those characters from. I would still have Ferris Olin leave the Jedi Order, but I would have maybe introduce in like Jedi Quest stuff, 2 of those Padawans from, or 2 of those I guess Jedi Knights by the time from the Ostrander Star Wars comics that die in the Battle of Jabim. The one who I forget what her species is, but has like I think she's a Zabrak. Her master who Dirge kills, that really tough guy who's really awesome. The first guy we see Dirge murder. And what's her face? The other Jedi who dies, the one who like Anakin's like, how the hell am I supposed to leave you guys? And she just says, like, live for those of us who are gonna die. That kind of sets up why Anakin is so keen on just killing the Separatists, because he had to abandon his friends, and so he's kind of in his mind it's be in their memory when he's slaughtering people. And so like kind of have those characters be set up. And what's his face? The was it the Celestian or the weak? I forget. There was another Jedi that like set up some of those Jedi who he fights with, because we kill a lot of his Jedi friends off in the pre-episode 2 or episode 2 stuff. I feel like we should keep those characters around so that when they die in the Clone Wars era, so they are set up characters. So then who die in the Clone Wars era, so Anakin's closer to them. So it makes more sense why he just hates the Separatists so much and why he's starting to fall to the dark side.
Right. Okay. So,
All right.
do we now switch?
Also, I would have him. I forget what the other thing was. Just have him when Obi-Wan not fight as often.
That.
Have him fight, but not like at each other's throats constantly.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Tone down the.
Also, have him actually know Dooku.
Oh, that'd be
Because
good.
Dooku left immediately afterwards, but I think it'd be interesting to have them have a run-in with Dooku before, like after he leaves the Jedi Order, but before Sidious gets to him.
Yeah, that'd be cool actually.
That would be interesting.
So.
Like set him up like saying, like have him be like, don't worry, I'm investigating Sith stuff, but I'm not gonna fall to the Sith. And like set up the mission that like have him leave, like okay, like maybe he saves them from like some danger. At the end of the book, he's like, okay, I'm gonna investigate some lead somewhere, like see ya, and then that's when he meets Palpatine and falls.
Right.
And you see him like before he falls to the dark side. It's really sad. I would do that.
Oh, that'd be good. I do like that idea. So now that so do we move on to Clone Wars? I guess now.
Well, to episode 2.
Well, we can't change anything from episode 2. Remember?
Well, yeah, I know, but like immediate like Battle of Geonosis was like everything up there because there was a lot of EU stuff for that.
Do you want to keep that Clone Wars GameCube game in?
Yeah.
That kind of stuff like lead right into like after Battle of Geonosis. A few other things do too.
Oh, a lot of things. That game, Republic Commandos, Battlefront.
Yeah.
Galactic
There's
Battlegrounds.
several comics. There's several like we know pretty much what every single Jedi was doing during that battle.
Pretty much.
Yes. And also canonized the 501st.
They're already canon.
Are they canon?
Yeah, they're canon. Clone Wars.
They're canon.
Oh yeah, that's right. Right.
They're canon. Do we keep Clone Wars 3D series in?
Yes, but I have an idea for the very early days of the war, which is change Siritashi's death.
Who was Siritashi? I always forget.
Who's that?
Well, that's Obi-Wan. That's love of Obi-Wan's life.
What happened to her? I didn't know this.
She got killed by like some bounty hunter during the Clone Wars instead of dying some big awesome death. She got taken out like a punk, and it was horrible and stupid. And then she doesn't even exist anymore because they replaced her with Satine, who was a character who I would write out of existence.
Mm-mm.
And I would just have it be that Siritashi death. Well, like his Siri's death is interesting, but I think I would play it off more dramatically and have it be a little bit more of an effect on Obi-Wan.
Right. Okay. Do you want to keep the 2D Clone Wars series in?
I would keep the Asajj Ventress and Anakin fight in.
Yeah, I would keep that in. I would maybe just have that Anakin, but do a little bit of a better job at like show those moments of him going insane.
Mm-hmm.
But then actually have there be more of a like instead of just showing him be insane all the time, have it be more of a breaking point sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of like when he strangled Pongo the Lesser.
Okay, so anything else? Like anything from the Dark Horse comics you want to use that you can mash up with Clone? Apart from Quinlan Voss?
Dirge.
Oh yeah, bring back Dirge. And
replace the Clone Wars Quinlan Voss and Dark Disciple and keep the good old version of that character.
Yeah, I agree with that. But
use classic Ryloth.
I don't know anything about Ryloth, so I don't care.
Well, the thing with Ryloth in Clone Wars is just this poorly done.
You're just quoting Jin Sarai, so I know that. I know what Ryloth
Yes,
is. I
it's
just
just
don't.
this poorly done War on Terror allegory,
You already said that.
and it's so. And ever since he said that, I keep being like, "Oh my God, he's right."
I could care.
It's just Afghanistan. It's just space Afghanistan.
I like Space Afghanistan better. I could care less about the
Well,
Ryloth
the thing is,
culture.
there's all kinds of really interesting like social things to do though with old Ryloth.
Yeah, but I could care less about that stuff. I just want my explosions. My explosions. Oh,
Explosions.
Have explosions with the classic Ryloth, like all that stuff about gender politics and everything. Like I think it'd just be interesting. I don't know. Steve probably would love that to analyze that stuff because there's a lot of societal things there.
I still bring back Darth Maul, by the way. I don't know why, but I want Darth Maul. I like my Darth Maul.
What would you do with them?
Just what they're already doing, pretty much, and maybe what they're going to
Okay.
do, and especially what they're
I
going to
wouldn't have him get. I would cut Savage Opress out of the equation though.
True, but he's kind of the catalyst that you get Darth Maul for.
Just have it be that somebody else finds him and he escapes. Or have it be that the Death Watch finds him on that planet.
That'd be weird, but sure. I guess that could work. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised they're going to.
But you're saying Pre Vizsla doesn't take vacations on.
Hang on.
on
Yes.
Did you take Sam out?
Oh, sorry.
it seems like the kind of thing that Pre would do constantly.
Yeah, he's going to a vacation on a desert planet.
No, not a desert planet. It's a trash planet.
Oh wait,
Sorry
wait.
about that.
Oh, I know. I know one character we have to keep in.
Who?
Hondo. We gotta keep on.
Yeah, Hondo.
You gotta keep your Hondo in.
And I would have him be there like earlier. Like I would have them interact with him prior to episode prior to Clone Wars. Like have them interact with him in between 1 and 2.
I'd make Hondo a thousands of years old, and he's just been there all the time from the old.
He's been Naga Sadao.
Yeah.
He's Naga Sadao in disguise. Like somebody like he's just sitting there. He's like I'm just a pirate. And, like you have it end like that episode of Arrow when we reveal who the Dark Archer is.
Oh yeah.
Where he like slides open this door and you see the Naga Sadao hat,
Oh yeah.
and it's like this John. Also, I would recanonize Sora Bulk.
Sora Bull.
Recognize what?
Sora Bulk.
I don't know. Which one's that
You
one?
don't know Sora Bulk. He's the weak way with the purple Shoto.
Not ringing any bells. I need a picture.
Guy who
Not
uses
really
the
about-
pad. The guy who uses the pad.
Sora Bolt. I don't know that bull guy. Sora.
Hold on, I'll look it up for you. Keep talking.
Why does it sound like there's a really
Oh, hey,
like
creepy.
an engine going on in the background?
Oh, I see.
Huh? That's probably my computer.
Oh, I see him.
Sora Bulk was in episode 2, by the way. I just realized that.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that guy. I've never seen him in my life. I never saw. Oh, I see him now.
Yeah, he's the guy who battles Quillen Voss a lot in the comics. He's Dooku's like main apprentice guy.
Oh,
Oh,
I never got that. I never saw much of the Dark Horse comics.
Oh, he's so cool, and he's no longer canon.
Actually, no, he is
So-
canon. He is canon. He
Oh
appears-
yeah, because he was in episode 2. I keep forgetting that.
He actually
Uh,
appears in Clone Wars at once, I think. I don't know where. Sorry.
Pretty sure he wasn't. Who just screamed?
No, that's
that wasn't me.
that was outside stuff. Outside junk. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying like, is there death going on?
Like, should we be worried about you? Should we like call the police?
No, there's just always some random screaming.
You just hear gunfire.
There's just random screaming in the background.
Oh, by the way, he was in Dark Rendezvous. Yeah, I would like write him back in. Oh, he was in Labyrinth of Evil. Referenced. He's just Luke and I, episode 3.
Apparently, he's supposed to be in this picture I just sent you, but I'm not quite sure where.
But yeah, like he's a good like he's a good character, and they just wrote him out of they wrote, wrote out a lot of his cool appearances, and that's really disappointing because he's a really cool character.
I never heard of him, so I missed out. I would actually.
Read the Dark Horse stuff, dude.
I actually.
Oh, you see him? I see him.
I don't see him. I can't. Where?
He's the guy standing next to Anakin.
Oh,
You
that's.
see the dreadlocks?
Oh, that guy. Okay. I would bring back Labyrinth of Evil. I would recanonize that book, but I just add Ahsoka's name all over the place.
Exactly. And I would reference. We can't change the movies, but we can possibly add like references. I guess I would probably have them reference Ahsoka in episode 3.
Yes.
We would special edition that.
Special
Yeah,
edition
special
and stuff.
Or you digitally add Ahsoka in the background walking.
Like Ahsoka's just in the middle of like the opera house as well. Like she's just watching the opera with everyone, and then like she falls with Obi-Wan like into the water. Like she's just there randomly, and like
Well, back
like,
when I was
sort of-
watching that Rebels episode, I thought when she said that the last time I saw Anakin was to save the Chancellor, I got confused and thinking, wait, when Anakin went to save him from Mace Windu? But that's where you digitally add her.
like when he walks down up those stairs, she's just on the stage. She's like, "Hey, Anakin."
No, she's like, hey, Sky Guy.
Hey, guy, and he's like, I need to save time. Wait, look, she walks in when he like is like, I pledge my allegiance to you, like Darth Vader, and she like walks in, and she's like, hey, is this a bad time? Like, should I go? Like, oh,
If that happened, that would be a
She's like, Chancellor, like, you need, like, holy shit, like, what's wrong with your face? Like, she, like, gives her, like, she's like, do you need, like, face cream or something? Like, what's up with And he's just like, that's why Sidious never wanted to kill the Jedi. It's only because she made fun of his face that he decided to kill them. He's just like, kill them all.
There needs to be a parody of that somewhere. That totally needs to happen.
Well, they
Robot
did.
Chicken needs to do that.
They wiped them out, all of them.
Well, they
Looking
already
at you,
did
Robot
that.
Chicken.
Yeah, Robot Chicken already did that joke, though. They did
Yeah.
the, what am I going to be called now? Darth Syphilis? Well, he's like, I could have rolled the galaxy and at least gone laid one more time before I die.
Okay.
Well, actually, he did because of, what's her face?
I don't know.
The Isard.
All right. So, does that would mean also we keep Ventress's story though, for the most part? Because
Look, for the
her
most part.
I would make her actually have a character.
she got a better character in Clone Wars, I think.
Yeah, but prior to that, I'm with the Red Nova. She's a bad character early on. Or not bad, she just doesn't have one.
She's an assassin. She's a Dooku's lapdog along with Grievous.
Yeah, but you can have assassins who are actually interesting.
I know, but
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, would you add anything to Jango Fett's story? I know it's backtracking a little bit, just something.
I would give him a little bit better of a death.
Jango, yeah.
what about Boba Fett's story? What would you do with him? I know there's some books that dealt with that, and of course Clone Wars dealt with that. I didn't read the books.
I read those, the Boba Fett novels. They're pretty good. They do all that Aura Singh. Ooh, I would write back Aura Singh being Force sensitive and having left the Jedi Order.
I didn't know she was Force sensitive.
Oh yeah, she was a Jedi.
It's funny.
She has her,
if
like,
Captain Logan was
she-
here. She
what?
loves Aura Singh.
What?
Captain Logan, like for some reason, Aura Singh is going to be his EU thing. Like that's the thing.
Well, probably because Aura Singh is really cool in the old EU. Like she killed. She's the one who killed with a lightsaber. Asherad Het's father. Remember?
No, I don't remember. I didn't read much. I don't remember much about the Clone Wars during the old EU. I mostly just watched the TV show and of course both versions. And I had Labyrinth of Evil, and I skimmed the comics. Yeah. Yeah.
So anything pre-episode 4?
Oh, wait, actually,
Wait, we're supposed
wait.
to do episode 3.
Wait. Actually,
right.
wait.
I would put Rex in episode 3.
Oh yeah.
I would too.
I CGI Rex in episode 3. We just special edition him in. You could actually do that. Wait. Well, then you'd have to have like an entire story arc about him in the Jedi Temple. Oh wait, what about the Son of Dathomir? Anybody read that?
Nope.
I changed that because it's weird because basically Maul escapes the Emperor, and then he just runs away again. And now he can be on Rebels. I feel like the Rebels is gonna clear up his story more. I mean, depending on what they do. I think he can join the Rebellion, but we'll get into that later. I would keep Darth Maul alive, though. Just saying. I like Darth Maul. We need more Darth Maul. We never talked about Darth Maul, by the way. I just realized that when we skipped on him. We skipped on the most, second most iconic character in Star Wars. Anything you would do differently with Maul?
I would actually have him do more stuff in episode 1.
Well, you can't change the movie, remember?
That's true.
I just remembered Arsane's master was the Dark Woman and everything. You know who the Dark Woman is, right?
No, that's another character.
Nope. She trained Ki-Adi-Mundi.
Huh.
Oh,
And then helped train Aisha Het.
Oh, sorry. Uh-oh.
But yeah.
Sorry.
What's going
Sorry.
on?
Background music, background trailers thing. When
You keep saying
Yeah,
sorry,
but-
and I'm like, is it your computer dying, or is
No.
it like
No.
if
Like,
your computer
oh, sorry
dies,
for
and
that
we just
thing.
missed like almost an hour-long recording. That's gonna suck.
No, it's gonna save it. I'll just have to.
okay? So
Dark Times, right?
well, no, let's see, like right before episode 3.
Labyrinth of Evil. Keep that in, but just add Ahsoka's name in.
Yeah, pretty much all that. So I guess yeah, right into Dark Time. Well, not like Order 66. Any Order 66 stuff you guys would change?
Don't know enough about
Um,
Order 66 stuff to be quite honest with you.
I would keep I would add back in Syndraling.
Who?
Syndraling. You don't. Y'all played the episode 3 game.
I did.
Uh,
that.
Yeah, I know what
right.
you're talking about. Is it the guy with the ponytail?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that. Well, he's in the movie. He still exists.
Is he?
Yeah, he's in the movie. He's the guy Anakin kills when Obi-Wan realizes that Anakin's evil.
Oh.
He's the guy who Anakin like cuts down in that holocron.
Oh, okay.
Don't you mean hologram? Okay. Dark Times.
You spelled his name.
Sorry. Why are we all quiet?
I don't know.
Right,
So
yeah.
He just got quiet for no apparent reason.
Dark Times, I guess. No.
Well, other episode 3 stuff. Like Order 66 itself.
Oh.
I would put back. I mean, I would put back in like Battlefront into continuity because I really love that whole, when they arrived on Coruscant thing.
Yes.
Oh yeah. That
Just that. Oh, that was so amazing. The entire if any nobody said it didn't work. Not doing the briefing, not on the ride to Coruscant, not
But
when we
doesn't
marched
that
down the temple.
contradict though the whole mind controlled chips thing though? Because if they're conscious.
No,
about
it kind of does. They don't know. They don't realize is the thing.
Oh, okay. Oh.
So that's why they said not a word. That's why they didn't say anything because they have no control, even if they don't realize it yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I keep in the Kanan Order 66 stuff. You haven't read the Kanan comic. It's pretty good. I keep that.
I
stuff.
don't. Shatterpoint. I have a thing to add. I would have. I would do the. I guess I would keep the Kanan comic, but I would not have Depa Billaba be his master. I would keep her in comatose, and then just have the clones kill her during Order 66.
Have you read
Because I
the
don't
Kanan
like
comic?
the retcon.
Have you kept?
What?
Have you read the Kanan comics?
No, but I feel like you just should have kept her in a coma.
Well, you should read the Kanan comic. It's pretty good. I like.
It doesn't matter if it's good though, because the point of that arc is that the point of the entire thing is that she fell to the dark side and there was no going back from that. She succumbed to it and she lost her mind.
Yeah, I didn't read Shatterpoint, so I don't know. There's something I guess.
Shatterpoint, dude.
Well, we'll get to other books in a minute when we get to post episode 4. But I'll get to that later. Yeah. Any order at this Order 66. Quinlan. Didn't Quinlan Voss survive Order 66?
Yes, they filmed a death for him, but they cut it out.
Yeah. Although technically he survived in the new canon too, after Dark Disciple. He's still alive.
Well, yeah, I mean he was still alive in the old canon as well. I just mean that they filmed a death and then they cut it out from the movie, so then it was still canon.
Oh, that is sad. Oh, that's sad. Oh,
This will actually be the image for the video.
That should be Rex.
I know. Have this image be Rex. You guys in post will probably be looking at the image right now. The image you've seen this whole time is the image I'm showing them right now.
Okay. We'll use this image for. Okay, that's good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you just need to scratch it out.
Oh wait, somebody did that. They actually added Rex.
Oh, cool. Switch that one.
Oh, sweet.
Give us that one. Change of plans, guys. This is the new post.
Okay. Hold on, I'll find the original. But yeah, keep talking.
Oh, that didn't look that good though. But yeah. I would add Rex. So yeah, Quinlan Vosser.
Yeah, I would.
I
would keep the. I would keep the. What do you call it? The original Luminara death.
Oh yes. Oh, For anybody watching, I'm looking at a picture of Jar Jar and the Gungan girlfriend. I would definitely keep that.
Well,
as
she
canon.
wasn't a Gungan.
Well, whatever she was, whatever that thing was. I didn't watch that arc very well. I would keep that in canon. That's needed. Cause
That's so important.
It's,
You can't do Star Wars without it.
Because Jar Jar's such an important character.
Jar Jar needed to make out with somebody that was
Hey,
required.
he gave the Emperor absolute power, so yes, he is a vital character.
You mean unlimited power?
Unlimited power, so yes. So that's important. What would you... I still want to know what Jar Jar's post-revenge... Like, Jar Jar post-revenge of the Sith, like, he got a nice job, but he's, like, ashamed. Or maybe not, because he's the secret Sith Lord. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding with you people. How many Jedi would survive Order 66? There are a lot of Jedi who survive Order 66.
That's a good question. Why did they go all quiet all of a sudden?
I don't know any Jedi to survive Order 66, except I'm not using the one from Force Unleashed, because that's another discussion.
What about the character who eventually becomes Darth Krayt?
Asherad Het?
Yeah.
I just showed you his dad's death. I would keep Asherad Het, and we'll get to we'll get to Legacy, but I would keep everything with Asherad Het, at least in episode 2, like the original stuff.
Yeah.
I'll get to Legacy, because I probably have the most controversial opinion out of all you two, but we'll get there later. So Dark Times now, everybody?
Yes, Dark Times.
Yes.
Okay, I guess we could keep Dark Lords of the Sith in.
I don't like that story that much. Plus, if we would change,
No, Dark
my
Lords.
stuff would be changing the.
No, that's the James Lucino one.
You said Dark Lords.
Yeah, that's what it's called, Dark Lords of the Sith. The canon novel is called Lords of the Sith, which again you haven't read.
No. It's Dark Lord: The Rise of Darth Vader.
Yeah, that one.
That's the Lucino one.
Yeah. But you haven't read Lords of the Sith yet? You gotta read these before you
No,
judge.
but it has Cham Samdola, and I don't like that.
I thought you liked
I don't
Cham.
dislike Cham. I just don't. His name's Cham.
What's wrong with Cham?
His name's Cham. I don't know why.
What's wrong with Cham?
I don't know why.
You just have a personal vendetta against anyone named Cham.
It's such a weird name.
Is it because
I would make his name Bill, okay?
Well, they do have a character named Sam Gillespie, so...
Sam Lipspees.
Gillespie.
That's an even worse name.
Oh man, his name should have been Samwise Gamgee. And he should have been, and then like somebody's like, what are you, like a Jedi? No, I'm his gardener. I love that moment. What are you, his bodyguard? No, I'm his freaking gardener. It's like, oh, Sam. I love Samwise Gamgee.
No, I know something I get rid of from the Dark Times era.
What?
Force Unleashed.
I would too.
Yep.
Better yet, I would.
Story-wise.
I would take that story, incorporate it more so into Rebels, and just do it much better.
No.
Don't do the stupid Palpatine and Vader like create the rebellion thing. Just have Starkiller be a moderately powerful acolyte, or not acolyte, Inquisitor.
Well, something else
Yeah.
I would do is I don't
That's
like.
all they needed to do in the first place. That they just freaking couldn't.
Also, I don't like the fact Vader has ambition during this time. Vader needs to be just a tool. He gets ambition when he finds out his son's alive. That's when he gets his ambition back.
And I would keep all of the stuff from the Republic comics. Republic comics. All the stuff from.
They were the Dark Time comics. I didn't.
Well, Dark Time was actually the Republic comic.
Oh, okay.
Oh no! Sorry, 1 through 5. But the Dark Times was set up in the Republic comic. Dash Janara's first appearance was in that era. But it was the Dark Time stuff when we set up the slavery thing, because Vader's reaction to that is just brilliant, and I want to see that actually get explored.
Well, also, I just thought of something. What do we do about Thrawn? When should Thrawn come into the picture? I have big plans for Thrawn. Like, he should be
You guys take this.
What?
I said, you guys take this. I don't know much about Thrawn.
Oh, well,
I would just have Thrawn be around during the Dark Time stuff. Just have him kind of be
rising through the
sitting,
ranks.
doing his thing.
Riding through the ranks, and for me, he would secretly be watching the Empire and just looking at it and going, "This place is a bureaucratic mess, and nobody's running it efficiently." And he's like secretly plotting all the way for the eventual downfall.
Yeah, I don't know. The great thing about Thrawn as a character is that he doesn't. He kind of like he's not manipulating as much as, until like he has the chance to do so.
Well, that's
He has
why
like 15. He has like 15 things going on in his mind, but he doesn't actually start until he has the best option to do so.
Well, yeah, I mean that's why he's just gonna watch.
I don't think he would be undermining Palpatine. I think he would loyally be following orders. He's all about following orders and everything.
I write Thrawn a bit differently. I give him a little more of an ambition goal. But yeah, and a hater of incompetence, like he loves.
But isn't the entire point of Thrawn that he is a mockery of the Jedi? That he is he's the Jedi?
I don't know. I don't care. That's why I write him the way I like to write him.
Then he wouldn't be Thrawn. He would be essentially Tarkin.
Well, isn't Thrawn a bit? But Steve gets called Tarkin the newest Thrawn, ironically. Oh, speaking of Tarkin, what would you do with Tarkin? Would you give him more stuff to do?
Yes.
Yes. Good old Tarkin.
Yes.
Which they did.
And I would have the Vader and the Lost Command thing, Darth Vader and the Lost Command, be tied into the Tarkin novel.
I don't know what that is, but cool. Is that the one where
Because that's the story where to get Tarkin to be loyal to them completely and to get rid of his not get rid of his ambition, but make his ambition solely about destroying the rebellion, is that and the Jedi is that they say that Vader actually murders Tarkin's son.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Who betrays the Empire and tries to do the right thing, and Vader kills him.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And it says it was due to rebels and like Jedi.
Oh. Does Tarkin
And that really should have been part of Tarkin. Like the idea, especially because Tarkin doesn't realize it, but Vader killed his son. But Tarkin does know that Vader hates him at first because he tried to murder Ahsoka.
Oh. Wait.
Because remember in the book he says that Vader doesn't like him
Right.
at first because he tried to kill Ahsoka and he has that grudge.
Vader still likes Ahsoka.
So, I mean, would you be a little pissed if somebody tried to murder your Padawan?
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh yeah, who wouldn't?
Who wouldn't?
Like somebody tried to kill your kid. You gotta get a little.
You gotta go Liam Neeson on them.
And then like we all of a sudden like we have Liam Neeson killing people, and then all of a sudden we insert Liam Neeson from episode 2. Anakin, no! Like in Yoda's head, which I didn't catch. Anthony always talked about that. I didn't catch it until our commentary.
I knew it because of another commentary.
I love it. I never caught it. Even on rewatches, I never was able to catch it. And then I hear just the note, and I'm like, holy shit, it says Qui-Gon. Like in the subtitles.
Anakin, no! I can do the accent. Yay.
That's why they did. That's why Vader does the no. It's actually Qui-Gon possesses his body and is like, no. It's actually Typho.
It's Typho. I do some stories about Bail and Mon Mothma. What are they doing? Like setting up little rebel networks all over the place.
Instead of having Bail freaking do the Force Unleashed thing, he'd be sitting around with his thumbs up his ass. Yeah.
Pretty much. And Ahsoka too. I'd have Bail go to find Ahsoka.
His thumbs up what?
You said it, not me. I would find.
Oh god.
Yeah, I'd find and also I'd have Bail find
Oh,
Ahsoka, and we do adventures with them, like Ahsoka, like what is she doing, like early days of Revenge of the Sith, after Revenge of the Sith. Like I want to know that stuff. Oh, and Rex, I want to see like Rex. I want to see what he was doing. Pretty much all the Clone Wars characters that we like. What were they doing? Oh, and Hondo, of course. Like I'd have Hondo fight off the Empire when they're trying to take out his crew.
Well, yeah, that.
And then he
of
run
course-
away and scared. And get over.
And then found the First Order.
Yes, he'd find the First Order because he needs to pay back his debts.
He'd get Ezra, and then Ezra's Snoke, and they are both Snoke.
Uh-huh.
There's two Snoke. It's like the Prestige. There's two Snokes.
This is not. We are not trying to make this convoluted, people. Just throwing that
I
out there.
short the Prestige for people.
Yeah.
You don't know the reveal.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh my god, it totally is Star Wars, because then there's clones. So it is. But yeah, it's actually clones of Captain Rex is actually Hugh Jackman.
Oh.
No, it was Christian Bale.
Oh.
Christian Bale is Captain Rex this whole time.
Anywho, yeah, I would
Make it
like to see
decent.
like what Rex and I would like to see what Commander Cody was up to during the dark times.
That would be interesting.
Because he and Obi-Wan had a thing. I mean, not a thing.
Or
not-
do the or
What?
They had a friendship.
They have friendship.
or do what Battlefront did and just focus on the little missions like the Camino Rebellion.
Oh
the
yeah, add that. I'd
The
add
Cam
that.
Rebellion.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Like add that back in. What about? Would you add the rise of the old of the CIS again, like that one Geonosian who went to Mustafar?
What was his-
Gisor Delsa, whatever. He was a Geonosian. He went to Mustafar.
Yeah, I know. I would, yeah, because he was creating those prototype droids. I think it would be interesting to actually have there be, because we set up that with like we sort of set it up with what's his face. Damn it, I'm forgetting. Guys, what's his name?
But
Who's
whose
that?
name?
Oh, not his name.
Gisor Delsa?
The guy in Tarkin.
There's a lot of guys in Tarkin. You gotta be more specific. Grievous?
There's only like one girl. What's his name? The guy in charge of the rebellion, the CIS rebellion.
I don't know. I didn't pay attention to that part.
I keep wanting to say Looker, but that's Pokemon. I don't know why I'm thinking of the character from Pokemon who's based on David Tennant.
Oh, cool. I gotta watch Pokemon now again. Someone based off David Tennant. Hooray. Oh, I keep Lost Stars. I do Lost Stars. Just saying.
But yeah, I would keep like I would focus a lot on the Separatist stuff, like the Separatists being the foundation of the rebellion.
I would find that interesting. I would like to see more what Bail Organa was doing, though, and Mon Mothma.
Well, yeah, and show them you have to work with people who they hated.
Oh, yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah, that's a good idea. Keep that. I do that. See, anything else we should... Oh, no, I can't. No. We do focus on Obi-Wan. Anything else you guys can think of, or should we move on to post 4?
What would you do with like would you have more of an emphasis on the Jedi that survive in like not just Kanan and the like do you kind of like have like I would have more of an emphasis on Dash Jannar.
I don't know. I don't know enough about the Jedi who survived to care.
You read Dark Times. Dash Jannar is in that.
I didn't read Dark Times. I don't remember what I read.
You didn't. You were just talking about Dark Times, dude.
No, I knew about Dark Times. Never said I read it. I knew stuff from it. I had Star Wars Tales as a comic book. I had the Star Wars Tales. I don't remember what I had. It was so long ago. It feels like. Oh, what? Oh, no. Would you do that?
Oh, Gisor Delso.
Yeah, that's what I told you. Oh,
No, you said like
I tried to pronounce
you,
it. Geisor or something.
yeah, you said Gisor.
Okay. Would you at least keep the Jedi in Force Unleashed who had that Coda? Would you keep Coda? Like, to have that private militia thing of his?
Yes,
Coda?
I would
Yes, I
probably
would
keep
too.
Coda.
Yes,
Would you
I
make
keep
him a
that.
founder of the Rebel Alliance, or would you kill him off before then?
I would kill him off.
Yeah.
Would you?
I would have him like get killed off, like in like the Dark Time sort of thing, like helping Das or someone. Like because the thing is, he has like this full military, and it would kind of be too easy to have him just join up all of a sudden with the people. So I think it would be interesting if maybe he has his militia, but like they're one of the first things that Vader goes after.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So it would kind of be like almost like a trial of fire for the new 501st thing.
You mean
Vader's
Vader's
like-
first?
Vader.
Yeah, Vader's fist.
Vader's fist, yeah.
Like have it be like the beginning of Vader's fist.
Oh, here's something of the Dark Times.
Who have to be named that by the end.
Yeah, here's something about the Dark Times. Which is kind of weird because Rogue One's coming out. I don't really want to talk about this too much. Stealing the Death Star plans, because there's like 20 different versions of that story.
I would do the Kyle Katarn version.
Okay.
Is Kyle Katarn involved in that?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh wow. And we'll get to Kyle Katarn in a minute because I got some stuff. There's some stuff I want to say on him.
Kyle Katarn, he's done everything. He's awesome.
He's the poster boy.
Jedi Outcast.
Yeah. I actually have some controversy to say about that. Sadly. But we get there. So do you want to do post episode 4 now?
Well, like episode 4, yeah. So
I keep the Vader comic. I'm just saying, I like the Vader comic.
I would cut the Star Wars comic and have it and replace it with whatever the hell. I would go to some alternate universe and find out what would have happened, how it would have been if Kieran Gillen had written that as well as Vader, and then I would have brought Kieran Gillen's Star Wars comic.
You should read the later stuff. I mean, I know Antoine really likes that stuff. No. What you should do, you should keep Splinter the Mind's Eye and have Luke and Leia get it on.
They don't get it on, dude.
They have.
It's implied.
They dry hump. Okay, that's all.
They try.
They only do that. That's all it was.
Yes, they have.
And he tried to kiss her while she was sleeping, which is incredibly creepy. And he decides by the end that he's in love with her. It's really terrifying.
Yes, we must keep. That's why we must keep Splinter the Mind's Eye in canon. No.
Yes, they have.
Maybe we find out like 5 minutes later that they're not actually siblings. Like, oh, it's okay. It was just a mistake.
Okay. Anywho. Okay, yeah, I definitely would keep the Vader comic in because I especially love the final panel of Volume 1. What else? Keep anything that the Rogue One games did, I guess. Or not the Rogue One games, the Rogue Squadron games did, I guess. Not much to say. Cole, you play games. You know anything good in that era?
What is good in that era? Shoot.
Apart from the Darth Vader comic, that's all I got. I mean, maybe the Lando comic before that.
Would you change like anything about like what they did immediately after?
You mean like evacuate Yavin? No, I'd have them evacuate.
Well, I would have the battle. I would have the Battle of Yavin. Mm-hmm. But then I would have it be that during the ceremony, like 5 seconds later, like it gets like shut open, and we realize that whole time Wedge and the Gold Squadron guy were like trying to fight off like just all these people, and they're like, "Damn it, Wedge! Why did like the TIE fighter crash into our ceremony?" And he's like, I'm sorry. I was just trying to stop them from blowing up a bunch of people.
When you told me about
and then have it turn out that Leia like was telling them like didn't let anyone know about it, and then like Luke's like, wait, why are we not up there? And which is like, well, Leia said not to tell you, and he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And Leia's like, well, I was hoping that since there was a Wookiee in the room, like, would get killed.
I just thought of something. When you told me that actually happened at Luke's wedding, I can just imagine like Wedge, like he was going to go to the wedding with all nice and dressed in his tuxedo, but then he found he had to go to battle, so he just kept the tuxedo on and he put on his helmet.
The pilot.
And he's in the tuxedo.
That'd be amazing. The great is, I wonder, was he? I don't know. Probably just because they were closer just because they interacted more in the movie itself. I guess. But I think Han was supposed to be the best man, but. Honestly, I think the person who should have been best was Wedge.
Yeah, Wedge is in his tux, all ready to go, but like nope.
Like Han is only it because Luke wasn't, or because Wedge wasn't there. Mm-hmm. Or like what does the best man actually do at a wedding?
I don't know.
It's not like with a godparent where they actually do something. You just sit around.
Sometimes the best man has the ring.
No, that's the ring bearer. The ring bearer knows that, and it's the kid most of the time.
Not always.
Oh, maybe he gives the speech. Maybe he gives his speech while in the X-Wing.
Yeah.
He's like flying around and you keep hearing like...
Luke and Leia are
like Esmeralda's in attack position. I mean, this wonderful couple, and it's like... It's like, the best thing about Luke and Mara Jade is, Esmeralda's in attack position! Like, he's just like blowing shit up. And he's like, all of a sudden, just... I just tell it has nothing to say.
So yeah, I can't think of anything else on that.
I would have Han and Luke actually do stuff after episode 1.
Episode
Episode
4.
1?
Episode 4, episode 1. They're
Oh,
not
well.
even born yet. But yeah, I would have those two actually interact a little bit more because, like, in the current stuff, they don't really. I mean, I guess in the comic, but then like look the other stuff, they're not really hanging out.
I haven't read some of the Heir of the Jedi or the other Luke book.
But like, the Jedi stuff, that it's just Luke on his own and
Right.
Splinter of the Mind's Eye and everything. Like he makes like offhanded references to Han, but like they aren't friends yet.
Oh, that's
In fact, I've never got why people say that those two are friends. They're not really friends at all. They're acquaintances, but they don't really interact.
At least
Yeah,
not,
Luke and
at
Han.
least nothing that we've seen yet. So yeah, I would probably do
Like
that.
when he finds out that Luke, like they're like this map leads directly to Luke Skywalker. I would have loved it if he's like, who? Oh yeah, Luke. like it's just like he just thinks of him as like he doesn't think of him as friend. He's just kind of his brother-in-law. That's it.
Yeah.
His brother-in-law who made out with his wife. Like yeah.
Do we get any reactions from Luke the fact that he kissed his sister?
Nope.
Nope.
At least not yet. No, probably not.
Why? Why, Disney, have you not given us anything like that?
It needs to be so. I mean, they do in Heir of the Jedi. There's like Luke has this like girl who he likes who then gets killed by an Aqualish.
Mhm.
It's Pondababa's revenge, and he kills her with an architecture like pencil. But yeah, so then this person has and Leia like is kind of flirting with Luke afterwards or something when he gets back, and she's like, "Well, we could have been," and then he's like, "No." Or it's like it just I don't know. It's like they don't actually acknowledge it, and it's really weird. Like they do realize how creepy this is.
From a certain point of view.
view.
Okay, I'm just gonna sing that every time I can find a way to.
Anytime we know, and we're gonna get to that if we do episode 5.
Yay! No, episode
Yeah,
6.
so-
But yeah, post Empire, I guess. Keep Shadows of the Empire in canon.
Post Empire.
Shadows of the Empire. Shadows of the Empire. Shadows of the Empire. I have that comic, or I did.
I have the
That's what she's
novel.
Ooh, cool. I got the comic. That was Shizor. We'll keep that in.
I'm touching the novel's binding right now.
I wish I had. I
I
don't know
can't
what.
get it out because there's a bunch of Legos in front of it.
Oh, cool.
Oh, what Legos?
I love Legos.
Actually, it's a ornament that is a AT-AT with a like wire attached to it to a snow speeder that's flying by its feet, so it looks like a cable.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome.
Really cool.
So yeah, I would keep Shadows of the
But
Empire
yeah,
in.
episode 5. I would maybe put more of an I would write some more stories in for that like month that they're traveling.
Isn't that Shadows of the Empire? Like Shadows of the Empire.
No. I mean during Empire.
Oh, okay. Would you like side story with the actual characters or side stories with like Wedge and the
Like
Rose?
with the actual characters, like what they were doing. I mean, it is interesting though that Luke says to like Wedge, like he
Well,
says
there are
like,
games that
hey,
deal with it.
well, what's always annoying to me is that he says, don't, because Wedge is like, hey, Luke, you okay? And he's like, oh, yeah, I'll meet up with, he's like, don't worry, Wedge, I'll meet up with you at the rendezvous, like, see ya. And Wedge's like, okay, like, see ya, bud. And then he disappears, and then Luke doesn't show up again for a month without contacting them. Like they don't know if Luke's alive or not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he told Wedge, I'm right behind ya, and then he's not gone, or he's not there, he's gone. Like, I would love it if when they arrive, like, they have a funeral and everything.
Oh, I don't know if I want
Like,
to.
Luke walks in, and there's this giant, like, hollow monument to Luke, and he's like, why is there a hollow monument? And they're like, oh, it's your gravestone. Wait, Luke? Or, like, it's like that scene in Percy Jackson Olympians when everyone thinks Percy's dead
Oh yeah.
because he's on an island with Calypso,
Oh yeah. Oh.
and then he shows back up, and then like
What?
during Annabeth is giving his eulogy, and then sees him, and she's like, Percy Jackson
Oh.
is alive.
Oh,
And everyone
I
like
know
turns
what
to
it
see because she sees him, and then what's great, she runs up, and he expects her to like hug him, or no, she hugs him, and then she decks him right in the face. and then she like just keeps kicking him, and like they have to pry her away, and she's like kicking her, like she's like, I'm gonna kill him, I'm gonna kill him.
Star Wars Infinity's in the making, people.
Exactly.
I
The
know.
light's
I would
just,
keep
like, on
Star
that
Wars
lip, and
Battlefront
he's like,
Twilight
"I'm gonna
Company in
kill
canon.
you."
What?
I would keep Battlefront Twilight Company in canon because that deals both pre-Empire and post-Empire. Like the idea for Battlefront Twilight Company is like the rebels go on this like major offensive after the Death Star attack because the Empire's so weak now. They got like their first major hit, so like they go on the offensive, but their forces are too spread thin, so the Empire's allowed. They have to start pulling back now. I don't know. You gotta read it. It's really cool.
Interesting to
Interesting.
explore.
It's sort of like I don't know how to what historical thing I could describe it to. I got maybe D-Day, but that doesn't make sense.
Well, D-Day was kind of more like
Yeah,
episodes.
yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
In fact, if anything, D-Day was episode 5 in
Yeah.
reverse.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Oh,
Like the bunkers and everything.
Sorry. Got it. Sorry,
Cool.
I was reading a funny tweet from Emo
Oh, yeah,
Kylo.
see, Cole wasn't talking, and I was like, Cole?
Oh, sorry.
I was wondering. All of a sudden, it just went dead silent, and then Joel just says, "Oh yeah, I was reading a funny tweet." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
It's
What?
from Emo Kylo Ren and Very Lonely
Kylo.
Luke.
Shameless plug.
What? I love those guys.
Okay, but yeah, so, things,
More emphasis on the construction of the second Death Star? I mean,
Yes.
the first Death Star always gets all the glory. Where's the second Death Star's long EU history? Or short EU history, I guess.
Short history.
uh,
I can't wait for Starkiller Base to get its long EU history. I can't wait for that with that novel. You know,
yeah, but what I would, with Post Empire, I would maybe make it a little bit longer between 5 and 6.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. How long
Um,
is it in the old stuff? Or even the new stuff?
I just found something out that's awesome.
What?
What?
Apparently, Kyle Katarn is the Chuck Norris of the Star Wars universe.
Uh,
It says so on the Wikipedia page, and they have a link to a bunch of Kyle Katarn Chuck Norris stuff. There is no Sith Order. There's just a list of Sith that Kyle Katarn allows to live. Kyle Katarn died in Dark Forces 1. The Grim Reaper is too scared to tell him. The Death Star was named after Kyle Katarn's right testicle. The second was going down to the left. Kyle Katarn is only... Kyle Katarn is referenced only in the Star Wars saga. This occurs when Palpatine fires Mace Windu with lightning.
Chuck Norris.
Get it?
or
Unlimited
Cal-Katarn.
No, he's unlimited power.
Oh.
Oh.
Cal-Katarn.
Hyperspace exists because it's too afraid to be in the same reality as Kyle Katarn. The Death Star's biolaser was based on the schematic of Kyle Katarn's lightsaber. The ability to destroy a planet is usually never get next to the power of Kyle Katarn. There is no chin behind Kyle Katarn's beard. There's just a briar pistol. Kyle Katarn is so tough he could have taken on the Emperor and Vader himself. He was just too busy building Alderaan by hand. Mustafar looks like it does because its people once kicked him off. Utapau is just full of holes for the same reason. There's a weird one though. There is no dark side, only the stuff that Kyle Katarn doesn't believe in, which makes no sense because the whole thing with Kyle Katarn is that in his mind, the thing is, he sees it as being that the light and dark aren't actually evil. It's just the user.
Kyle Katarn. He's that awesome. You doesn't have to listen to your
yeah.
logic.
So,
He's Kyle Katarn.
I don't have much to say for the original trilogy.
Me neither, funny enough.
Me neither.
So odd.
Speaking of Kyle Katarn, I would recanonize him. I would have him be
Well, everyone wants
a master.
Rebel?
I would have him be a master that helped out Luke trying to reforge the Jedi.
Well, then he's dead in episode 7, sadly.
That's
Yeah.
Lord Santeca.
He's Lord. Yeah, yeah, that's what's sad, is even if we did get the Jedi, that would mean that, like, Corran Horn and Kyle Katarn are dead. And Kip. Like, I was thinking about that, and I was like, wouldn't it be so cool if we found out, and I was like, oh, they'd be dead. Unless my headcanon, which is that they all just left because Luke became a wimp. Like, maybe they were, like, maybe it was just that the Academy got slaughtered, but that the Jedi Order didn't. But then, like, Luke's like, oh, I'm so sad, and, like, goes to cry, and then they're just like, yeah, screw you. And then they're all on Coruscant right now, like, just partying. Like, we cut to, like, Luke's like, the Jedi Order was devastated. And then, like, so I hit, and then we cut to, like, Kyle, Corin, and Kip, like, Coruscant, like, on a speeder, going really fast, drunk, like, shooting fireworks into the sky, be like, woo, woo, like,
These are all ideas that would be awesome.
They're at a rave, but they're using lightsabers instead of glow sticks. And then they, like, cut someone's head off. That's why Snoke exists, is because they accidentally cut his face off.
Okay, speaking
like,
of...
they accidentally cut his face, that's why he has that wound. Snoke comes to destroy them, and Kyle, like, accidentally cuts his face.
No, we are not drunk people. We are definitely not drunk.
Nope. I know.
We are perpetually drunk.
Not me.
You know that.
I'm not. I'm
Search your
sober.
feelings. You will know it to be true.
Okay.
Search your blood alcohol rating. You will know it to be true.
Okay, so I guess now for the most controversial part of this entire video.
Episode 6.
And post episode 6.
Well, episode 6 itself as well, because other stories that were going on at the same time.
Do you want to keep that IG-88 droid revolution thing, or get rid of that?
I like that. I like the idea of IG-88 having a droid revolution.
He's the Death Star.
It's like the story. It's like if Rasco was a robot.
Rasco is a robot. No, Steve's a robot.
Lo is a robot. She's
Robot.
They are all robots.
Robot with a cyborg. Well, yes, Steve's a robot as well.
Yes, you can't put out the content you do unless you're a robot.
Except for Cap.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, how do we know Cap's not an alien?
Cap is the guy from Astro Boy who created Astro Boy.
Jason's Astro Boy?
Oh, we are terrible people.
That means Jason has miniguns on his...
Oh. This is why you should never...
like rockets.
This is why Captain Logan will never be on our podcast.
Jason just like...
He'll watch one, he'll watch a little bit of it, he'll like, nope, I'm not.
Jason's like arm actually a rocket launcher. And like, that's why Cap can't do videos right now, since he like destroyed the computer. He got really pissed and just like shot like a rocket.
Sounds legit.
That's why Eric had to leave, is because he went after Eric. He shot a homing missile. It's kind of like Eric's whole idea of that the oil spill would get to him eventually because he's in Florida, and like he'll like start a video while he's like drowning in oil, and like he'd light up to light his cigarette and just explode.
Anyway, what's the topic at hand?
Anyway,
episode 6. I would obviously fix some of the really, really stupid stuff from the beginning of the...
6, though, remember? That's
yeah, I know, but I would have it be that they don't... Like, I would actually, add in Shadow of the Empire.
Oh, right.
So that they don't just show up.
Right. Anything else anyone can think of? I can't. Did anybody remember? Oh, remember that cool little storyline with TIE Fighter, that video game from the 90s?
TIE Fighter.
I never actually played it, but I know what you're talking about. I don't know the storyline.
There was a coup with a Grand Admiral. It involved Thrawn, actually. Thrawn was in that game. That's how he got his promotion to Grand Admiral, because another Grand Admiral tried to betray the Emperor, and then Thrawn had to stop him, and then Thrawn became the Grand Admiral.
Oh, I have an idea for episode 6. Palpatine doesn't freaking escape his body.
Oh yeah, we shouldn't do that either. That's silly.
Also, Mara Jade.
Oh yeah, Mara Jade.
But I wouldn't have her. I don't like the idea of her being on Jabba's palace.
Oh right, because she was on Jabba's palace technically.
Yep.
I don't know if that's canon anymore. I don't think they.
Well, clearly not, but still.
What if Mara Jade is Rey's mother?
Well, that's possibly true. I hope.
I hope so too. Who would you have play Mara Jade?
Oh, people have come up with theories about that for a long time. If you're gonna do flashbacks to like young Mara Jade, like actually I think it'd be I have an idea for like not even like when she's with Luke, but like I mean like during episode 4 of Mara Jade, like when Palpatine first recruits her, or like when she's going on missions, and I would have it be Shailene Woodley who was gonna play Mary Jane.
But shouldn't he
That
look
would be
like
kind of cool.
Shouldn't he look like somebody who looked like Ray though, just like in the face?
No, it doesn't even have to be Way's mom.
Oh, that's true.
Just who would cast as Mara Jade.
Oh, that's true. So after that, should we want to do the time for post episode 6 now? The controversial part of this entire video?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep.
I'm sticking.
I would have the Ewoks all get destroyed.
But besides that,
I would just have like a superstar destroyer just fall and crash and just destroy them all.
There's our controversy right there. And no, I would keep in Shattered Empire. I really like that comic, and gives birth to the second greatest pilot in the entire galaxy. The awesome.
Exactly.
The awesome. Well, actually, didn't give birth, but since he was already born. But it.
Oh yeah, he was. I always forget. I love that. But Poe was already alive. Or Poe was like 2 years old.
But it introduced us to the greatest pilot, second greatest pilot to ever be born. Hallelujah. Poe Dameron, Poe Dameron, Poe Dameron, Poe Dameron.
I know what happened.
Mhm.
I would immediately have it be that all of a sudden when like in that final thing where everyone's like smiling and looking at the camera, it's like da 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 da. But like then it was like before it freeze frames, or like it freeze frames, and the second after, Han goes, "You kissed your own sister!"
Oh yeah.
Like, and then like Luke and Leia are like, it just ends.
Dun dun. Womp womp womp.
No, it's just like, oh my god, you made it with your own sister. Dun, 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 dun,
Well, actually, better yet,
dun,
Leia
dun, dun.
made out with her own brother.
What?
Actually, in better terms, Leia made out with her brother.
Yeah, she kissed her. Remember?
Like, when you have it be like, we like retcon in episode 5 they actually did it, and then like all of a sudden he's like, wait, you guys like he's like, guys, remember this time? And he's like, they're like, and it's just like dun 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 dun, dun. And then it's just like, instead of like at the end, I wish Star Wars had an end, like in the end there was the title card, because then it could have been like the incest returns.
So what's the most controversial thing you have to say, Joel?
I stick with movies. That's my controversy thing. I don't like post Return of the Jedi EU except for the Thrawn trilogy. So what I would do, well, first of all, I would write a better version of Aftermath. I would do what Red Leader did with the Star Wars comic and go to an alternate universe where there's a better version of that book. 'Cause I like some of the things in that book. Thrawn would found the First Order, but then somehow Snoke would somehow either take over from Thrawn, or something would happen where Snoke's in charge. Or something better, I would make it
Snoke found it and then killed him.
something
Like they
that.
found it together and then he killed him.
That too, or I just thought of this recently. You just keep the Thrawn trilogy, but you just change the birth of Jason and Jane to Ben, so you can keep that in the movie. So I think that would fit well. Then Thrawn dies, the remnants of the Empire become the First Order under Snoke. Then you get Episode 7. New Republic Bloodlines obviously should come in there somewhere. And of course,
Ben was born 2 years after Endor.
what?
Ben was born 2 years after Endor.
Oh, really? Oh, shoot. That doesn't make sense. Well, okay.
Because
then
weren't Jane and Jaina, don't Jason and Jaina conceive during Endor?
No, they're born 5 years after the Battle of
Oh,
Endor.
oh yeah, I always forget they were born like after that.
So Ben was born 2 years after Endor then?
I'm shocked they never had it be that.
No, Thrawn trilogy is 5 years.
I know, but I'm shocked nobody like there was never the idea of just having it be that they conceived him that night.
Nah, that never happened. But either I would either do that, or I would do the Thrawn thing with Snoke. One of those two things I would do. And Episode 7, yeah, I mean, I can't really have much, because I don't like a lot of the post Return of the Jedi EU, and I know you don't like the Vong. So would you do the Vong thing?
I would do it better, and I wouldn't have Coruscant fall. I like what it did like to the Rogues, and I like how Jason, Ben, and Jaina, Ben, and like all their friends end up like stepping up. I like what they did for Kip.
Isn't it funny that the Vong thing is sort of like was built in retroactively too, because like that was planned for like decades.
Well, it's not as much of a retcon. It's kind of just like, okay, how Palpatine knew of their existence.
No, I know it's not a retcon. It's more of a retroactive insert of the Vong's plans. Where
And
like
what's interesting about Star Wars, though, Star Wars doesn't really have a set timeline as much.
it kind of had it. It had the.
I mean, there's not a set modern, is the thing.
Well, it's in chronological order though. It's not like Doctor Who where you have to.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, with that, you can tell stories set in the prequel stuff, and does it technically count as a retcon in some cases?
Oh yeah, I mean, that. That. Yeah. But yeah, that's my big controversy. I like where they're going with this new thing more than post Return of the Jedi EU, except for
So
the
would
Thrawn
Rey
trilogy.
exist?
Yeah, Rey exists because she's my waifu.
But then, would you have the entire Jedi Order get killed off?
I have to see where they go with that before I make my final decision. I have to see episode 8. That's the problem with this because I have to see what they're doing first before I make a judgment. I never make a judgment until I see it. Then I will make my judgments. Apart from the Thrawn trilogy, which I love, I love the Thrawn trilogy, and I will always love the Thrawn trilogy because that's like the book I would always read. Like I always want to read it a lot of the time. And that's like because it's so easy to get into. Like I feel like I'm reading Plagueis right now, and I like Plagueis. I find a lot of it fascinating, but I don't have the same drive as I did with the Thrawn trilogy. Just something about that book always got me the right way. And maybe that's because of Thrawn. I don't know. Maybe just the tone, the feel. I don't know. But that book was always my favorite. So anyway, to like either bring that back in, but like change it a little bit like what I did with Labyrinth of Evil, or somehow make Thrawn the founder of the First Order. That would be the two big things I would do. Yeah.
Okay, so I would probably have it be that like the Imperial Remnant becomes the first. Like, I would keep the old EU pretty much entirely, except just remove Dark Empire and well, not Dark Empire. What do you call it?
No, Dark Empire. That's what it's called.
Okay.
The Clone Palpatine.
I was confusing it with Dark Forces.
No.
I would just keep I would get rid of Dark Empire. I would get rid of part of the Vong, or at least not have them be as Gary Stu-esque. And then I would probably.
But if you did,
I would have the Imperial Remnant be called the First Order. I wouldn't have Snoke though. I would just keep around like these characters. I would have Hux be around.
Wait. If you did the First Order,
I wouldn't have Ben. I wouldn't have Rey. Poe would exist. The Rogues, they would actually be called the Rogues.
Wait, I got a question. How would the First Order interact though? Because the Imperial Remnant and the Empire and the Republic made peace, and the First Order at least would not.
The Imperial Remnant and the Republic made peace because the Vong showed up.
No, they made peace after the Vong showed up.
Didn't they make peace during the Vong?
No, it was before. The Vong, the Galactic Civil War ended after the Vong. No, before the Vong. Okay.
No, the Galactic Civil War.
No. The Galactic Civil War.
Yeah, they made peace, but they weren't like a single group.
No, they here.
Yeah, but they weren't like as close. Like
They still made peace though. That's the point.
Yeah, but they could have still been, what they were. Like the Empire was still around. They were still their own. They were still a separate organization. They just weren't actively at war with the Republic.
Yeah, but the way the First Order is portrayed in the movie, they would never do that. They go downhill, especially if Hux was in charge. Hux seems like a guy who would just
but I mean, when did this take? This took place 19 years. So this was essentially the exact same place as the Battle of Jakku.
No, in the new canon, they make peace like 2 years after the Battle of Endor. In the old canon,
yeah, Jakku's effed up. The Empire's really wimpy in the new canon.
And then in the
old, get fucking taken down in like 5 seconds.
Well, they split. They warlordism. Wait, what about that warlordism stuff? Remember all the warlords of the Empire?
Oh well, Spectre Past is the first time that happens. I own that book.
What?
I own Spectre of the Past. That's interesting.
What about the warlord stuff? Would you keep that, like all those splinter warlords and the Imperial reunification?
Yeah, but again, like what I was saying is the Imperial Remnant. So just have it be that the Imperial Remnant post, like there were still people after the Empire made peace that still hated the Republic and were still fighting them. They were just.
So would you make the First Order like a splinter group then?
No, I would have it be that they became the First Order, then they kind of made peace, but then Snoke showed up.
Thought you wouldn't keep Snoke.
Or Hux, I guess, was being in charge. Because again, I don't. If Snoke is Plagueis, then he would show up. If he isn't Plagueis, then it would be just Hux.
Hux is,
And that would be the Galactic Civil War. That would be the Galactic Civil War.
the second Galactic Civil War, then.
Yeah, that would be the Cadeus stuff.
Hux is Hitler. Hux really is Hitler, then, because he's the one who rises to power. And he will
Exactly. So you have instead of it being Kylo Ren, you have Cadeus.
And he would go up against a regime that acquiesces disorder.
Disorder? Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's pretty much already what happened, in a lot of ways.
Yeah, but then
Hold on, is that like... I just realized something. Is that the same species? The thing that... Oh, no, never mind. But yeah,
I know one thing I never liked. I will admit, I do not like one thing in the new canon, is that Mon Mothma got hit by the stupid stick and decided to disable the Republic military. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Mon Mothma isn't a soldier, but my problem is she's just kind of a coward. I've never liked that character.
Not even,
Mothma?
Yeah.
Not even the Thrawn trilogy? I think that she had a good...
No, she just comes across too...
She was president of the New Republic a long time.
Chancellor.
Yeah, it was chief of state in the old legends. Thank you very much.
So she was chancellor, I thought.
No, it was chief of state in the new canon. It's chancellor. In the legend, it's chief of.
Well, no, in new canon she wasn't chancellor, right?
No, new canon's chancellor.
Oh, then when did she leave? Because then there's that guy who has like a dog face or whatever.
You mean wait? Are we talking about old canon or new canon now?
No.
Oh, I don't know, but in the old canon, Mon Mothma...
I hope that we just kill off. We have one shot of the Chancellor in episode 7, and he just gets killed off.
Apparently his big thing was trade routes, so you knew he was gonna die. Because every time the Republic starts interfering with the trade routes, it all goes downhill from there. It's made an episode 1 joke. But but in the old canon, Mon Mothma was like the chief of state for like 4 to 11 ABY. So.
Would you have Winter be around?
7. Oh, that's 7 years, not long. Winter? You mean Leia's assistant?
Yeah, and best friend and everything.
Yeah, sure, why not? We can add her in.
And then, of course, I would have Tycho exist.
What about Gar Bel Iblis?
Who?
That Carillion general who started his own resistance because he hated Mon Mothma. So he came back in the Thrawn trilogy.
Ah.
I feel like I know more stuff than you sometimes, Ray, when I talk about certain names. It's funny how it just, like, switches. Like, you know all about the Jedi, and I know more about the politics.
Hold on. What's his name?
Gar Bel Iblis. He was in...
You're talking about the, I accidentally looked. Hold on. What's his name?
Here, I found it. This guy. Check the chat.
Oh, I know that guy. Yeah, Garn Bell Iblis. Okay. I didn't know how you were spelling that. I thought you said Garn.
Oh, speaking of Garm, what about that other pirate
He was there in the Treaty of Corellia.
Yeah. Who was that pirate in the Thrawn trilogy that kind of helped out the Republic? What was his name?
You'd make him Hondo, right?
Well, actually, no. Well, yes, probably yes, but that's not it. Hold on, I gotta find it now because it's gonna bug me until I know this name because it used to be such a.
I'm hearing more screaming in the background.
Just kids playing. There we go. Talon Card.
Kids who are playing usually scream.
Am I?
What?
Well,
like you hear fire. Like,
I found it. It's Talon Card.
It's so much fun. And Joel's just like, oh, it's just kids will be kids. Like, like kids like somebody like stabbed somebody, and he's like, you silly goose.
Well, you should have heard my upstairs neighbors years ago. There was a kid just screamed and screamed and screamed.
Like, how loud are we talking?
To her lungs. You could probably hear it from miles.
Ooh.
And they were shouting and everything.
That sounds more like a tantrum.
Yes, every night. We had to deal with
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh,
Star Wars.
anyway, yeah. I sent you a link in the chat to that other pirate, Talon Card. That was it.
Okay. Well, what I would do is I would have like the Imperial Remnant be the First Order, and they just get destroyed.
Would Thrawn be around? What about Thrawn?
I don't know. And then I would have
Show respect for the
Ashrad
Grace.
Het and everything and all that jazz. I would probably have the New Jedi Order around.
Would
I would have to go
you
around. I
have
would
Darth Krayt take over the First Order later down the line?
No, because he's still trapped in a tomb or whatever.
All right.
Would
No,
you
Darth.
use the rule of one later down the line?
That's what we're talking about.
What?
Darth Krayt. Darth Krayt wasn't trapped in a tomb, was he?
Or sorry, the Vong were messing with his head, whatever it was.
Well, didn't Craig die for a time and was trapped in a tomb?
Yeah, that was in the comic though.
Oh, yeah, he died, and then he willed himself back into existence.
He's that strong.
Yep.
Oh
I know he got controlled by his own armor on one occasion.
yeah,
And then Cade shoves him into the sun.
that was weird. Anyway,
Would y'all do Cade Skywalker?
I don't. Yeah, probably.
I don't know. Everything post when
Maybe I would replace him with Rey.
Yeah.
Have Rey be the descendant.
I like her more because I like Ray. I got like a big man crush on Ray.
I don't like Cade just because he's a pirate and everything. I don't know. He's not that cool. I don't know. I don't like him. But yeah, so he's not a bad character. But yeah, so what would end up happening? I would I don't know. I would have maybe have the Galactic Civil War last a little bit longer.
It lasted for like 25 years in the old EU. That's a pretty long time.
It lasted 19 years.
That's still a long time.
Yeah, but I'd make it last even longer.
You're just like punishing the galaxy, don't you?
Yeah, I would have it still going. Like the First Order would become the next stage of that war, and then then the Crate stuff would happen after the First Order would be around, and then maybe push up the Legacy era.
That's the
So maybe Rey is Jaina's kid instead of great great grandchild.
I'd like that actually. That'd be cool, kind of cool. Yeah.
Huh.
Or just replace Rey with
Nah,
Jaina. Have Jaina doing Jaina things.
I don't know. I like when Jaina
Make
be
a
dead.
comparison of when Rey defeats Snoke. It's this hard fought battle, and then Jaina just destroys him in one move. Kind of people oh, Rey took down Kylo too easily, and I'm I don't know. I mean, Jaina Solo just beat the living shit out of Jason.
Which is,
Both times they doled.
I actually heard a complaint about that. That people don't like the fact that Rey beat Kylo. I don't know. I buy it. Kylo,
I buy it.
Kylo,
She's based on Jaina Solo, I guess. My only thing is Jaina actually trained.
it's true. Who knows? But I still want Rey to turn to the dark side a little bit. But we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But anyway, are you done, Red? Because I want to get Cole's thoughts.
I can't think of anything. Just keep the Rogue Squadron around, and that's it.
And Poe
really.
Dameron becomes the greatest hero in the universe.
Wait, I got one. Don't kill Chewie off in the way they did.
Oh
Maybe
yeah.
by having him getting crushed by that moon.
He doesn't get crushed by a moon. Anakin Solo burns him alive with the engines of the Falcon, like his mother taught him.
Oh. Oh boy. Oh wait.
That was it. Was
I
the whole time.
I did think of something actually for both your and my universes. You gotta bring back the most crucial character in all of Star Wars. Hondo. Have Hondo alive.
No, what you need to do
Uh-huh.
is we need to find out that person who got killed on Mustafar
Mm-hmm.
actually a clone,
Yeah.
and that Newt Gunray is Snoke.
Oh yes, Nuke Gunray.
His hat kept him alive. Or my theory that he's actually Naga Sadao because he likes that really big hat.
What would Nuke Gunray say? We droid because you're at once.
We're
Yeah, so
on
cool.
destroyed
Your
because
Yes, we're on the droid.
But no, that was the other guy. Oh no, that was him.
Oh yeah, no,
But yeah, so
no, that was the other guy.
cool.
Oh, and bring back Darth Maul because Darth Maul needs to just keep coming back to the different eras. Because the fans
Oh.
demanded. The fandom menace.
The fandom menace.
Mhm.
That needs to be a website for all the collections of Star Wars fan fictions. That just needs to
And
happen.
he just comes back and he's like,
The Fandom Menace.
oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. Oh yeah, and when he comes back, he had like a little music player that had
Ooh,
the theme
episode
music.
2 would be Attack of the I can't come up with anything. Attack of the Slash Flick? I don't know.
I don't know, 26. Revenge of the Slash Flick. That makes more sense. But anyway.
Yeah,
But anyway,
a
when Darth Maul
new-
shows up, he plays his music and he just goes awesome. Still
Okay, so
awesome.
look at Cole's thoughts.
Oh yeah.
This is rounding up to be 2 hours, so
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Cole, what's your thoughts on the post Return of the Jedi world?
Bring back Kyle Katarn.
Mhm.
Find a way to do Jedi Outcast in some way, shape, or form. And those are my thoughts.
It's funny.
Drops-
I can.
Drops Mike.
Yeah. It's funny. I completely disregard most of the post Return of the Jedi stuff. You use most of it, and you just want those 2 games. So it's like
Yes.
3 different perspectives.
What?
Oh, I would just.
Adapt into some of the post Return of the Jedi stuff, and a lot of it just seems very convoluted in a lot of aspects.
That's why I dropped it, most of it. Anyway, yeah. So this is getting up to be 2 hours, so we should wrap up now.
Yep.
So those are our
ooh,
thoughts.
I would have the Gree around, but yeah. So
Oh, and Mo mentioned Ahsoka. I want Ahsoka's legacy to
Yes.
live on in some way.
see how she actually dies.
And that too.
And wait, I have my idea. I have my ending for Rebels.
Yes, we know your ending for
The
Rebels.
Death Star shows up on Alderaan, and they're like, Ezra's like, "Hey, what's that?" And then they fly by, and in the Falcon, and Ezra's helmet is crushed and just in space.
And Kanan's little bony tail is drifting in the wind. And
And Kanan's ponytail is just there, and one of her is Lataku, whatever the hell it's called. Sabine's spray can, and then
and Chopper.
that stick.
And Chopper.
And Chopper's just floating in space, you know?
And he gets crashed by the Falcon.
They get captured too. At the Battle of the Tantive 5, before 5 seconds beforehand, they get captured as well, and then Vader just cuts their heads off
Yeah.
and sends it to Palpatine. And so when they capture the place, Leia's like, "Hey, I remember these people."
I used to
They're
have a
just
thing for
on
the
the
kid.
wall.
I used to
still.
have a thing for that blue-haired kid,
Who?
Ezra.
I thought you meant the other blue-haired kid that met up with a former Jedi Padawan who never became a knight, who was trying to bring back the Jedi Order and ended up helping Leia.
Oh.
Yeah,
There-
Ezra's a ripoff of
There is-
what's his name?
I didn't know.
Jace, I think.
I don't know. I don't remember. I didn't read that book either. Is he? I just know there are probably Leia Ezra shippers out there.
Oh my god, dude.
There are. They're the same age. Leia's
Are
a
they?
few- Yeah, Leia's
Yeah, well, 2 years, I think. There's gonna be you know that I'm trying to think
slash fiction slash fiction slash fiction.
I have an idea. Sabine is still alive,
Mhm.
and she ends up with Poe, or she ends up with Finn.
I'll take. Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. She's too old for Finn.
She would be 50 years old when
She'd
Ben
be
ever
50.
thought of.
We have this final scene, and
Oh wait, guys. We didn't talk about Maz Kanata. Do you want to use her in any of this stuff? Because she could be around in any of
No.
this. Bring her and stuff. I want to see Maz.
No.
Oh, I like Maz.
no.
Nah, I like Maz Kanata.
I'm of no
I would
opinion.
have her be. I would have her merged with the DC universe and call her Maz Katana, and have her be Katana. And so, in Luke's her husband's soul is trapped in Luke's lightsaber.
Oh boy. Okay, I think
If you don't know Katana, you're gonna be confused.
No, I do not. So
That's locked in.
I think this is good enough place today to wrap this up now. So yeah.
Yep, at 2 hours.
2 hours.
but not 2 hours for the people watching. So
Probably. So that was our thoughts on how we would do a Star Wars universe. Got crazy by the end,
thoughts
but
on thoughts.
what?
You said that's our thoughts on, so it's our thoughts on our thoughts.
That's our thoughts on our thoughts.
What are our thoughts?
Those are our
Upon
thoughts.
Thoughtception.
Thoughtception, the movie. So yeah, that's
So
it.
we have the perfect way to end this. Duh.
Duh.
No, you should have pressed. Damn it, dude! You should have ended the recording there.
Should do it again. Do it again.
That was what I was setting you up to do.
Aw.
You had one job.
You had one job, Joel.
You had one job.
Shoot. Well, see everybody. Duh.
Later, all.